So we're on this mission, to bring the gospel back into high schools. And our heart is to do this in an engaging, transformative, and non-religious way that young people can relate to. Through the music and through the different elements of our program, we want young people to come into an encounter with Jesus, and we want them to also realize that they carry gifts and abilities to make a difference and an impact on the world around them. Every time we've done a high school tour, overseas or out of state, it's been a faith jump. We've often faced business constraints, financial limitations, a lot of red tape too, navigating the high school space and how to bring the gospel into a space where the gospel is typically rejected. So the faith jump has really been learning to maximize what's in our hands and trusting God to bridge the gap between where we're standing and what He promised.
Day 2, we going crazy.
We're excited, we're blessed, and we're honored that God gets to use us in this way. This is our little station right here. They got some people helping us with this stuff. And then, the boys just did a mic check. And we didn't get to record as much yesterday just because it was like our first 2 shows, and we're a little short-staffed this year. There's only 3 of us, so we're really out here thugging it out. So with that, the question going into this tour was, is what we have in our hands going to be sufficient to be able to pull this off? Can God still use our limited resources and the limitations we're facing and turn it into something special? And despite being short-staffed, God showed up, and although we were uncertain of whether we could carry the energy with such a small team, the Holy Spirit did that, and He kind of carried the entire tour. What's been your favorite thing about tour?
Man, I think just seeing the light on these kids' faces, man. Just, the light that they already have, but also just seeing how they light up for what we're bringing. Something new, something different, exciting, something that relates to them.
So it was clear from the outset, God wasn't about to let our limitations get in the way of His plans. He wanted these youth to encounter Him, and He wanted these young people to hear His word.
I am the bread of life. He who comes to me shall never hunger, and he who believes in me shall never thirst. John 6:35. I will keep a song. It cut deep in the train. It's a fact of separating the spirit and soul. They acting like I'm with the boy trying to cast a stone.
So what's been your favorite thing about tour so far this year, bro?
Everything about it, bro. The kids, the love, the staff who've been helping us out, man, just everything, bro.
Throughout the tour, God had been speaking to me about heart posture, and on one of our rest days, our faith was really tested. We had the opportunity to pull up to a school on a Saturday. Shout out Sunshine High, you guys are awesome. Students were there getting their extra credits on the weekend, and we had a classroom, a little boombox, and a microphone that connected to the intercom to work with. It was moments like this that really tested our why, but also moments like that where God was able to show us that He was still in control, and despite it not necessarily being fancy production-wise, there was fruit. All right, so we had the bro Jvdah fly all the way in from Texas to join us last minute for this last minute show. And bro, how you feeling, man? First show on tour.
Yeah, this is my first time coming out of state for a tour, period. So it's a lot happening, and I'm really grateful for it. I'm excited, a little bit nervous, you never lose
That's
touch
all right.
with that. But I think God's gonna move, and it's gonna go really well.
Of people and the fear of failing in front of people paralyzed me, and it kept me bound. When I had these big dreams of what I'm getting to do today, but the fear really kept me trapped, and I never stepped out. How many of us here have big dreams? Port St. Lucie. That was a dope show. Man, we enjoyed it. It was crazy. How'd you guys find the show?
It was fun. My first high school / middle school show ever, and genuinely that was the best way to start for real.
What about you, bro? What you saying?
Man, kids was hyped. We had a great time. Everybody was loving it for real.
One show left. Let's go get it. I think the key takeaway from our time in Florida was really just learning to trust in God's sovereignty over every situation throughout the process, learning to surrender and be obedient throughout the process, even if we don't see how it's all going to come together, and knowing that when you bring God your 5 loaves and your 2 fish, He can turn it into something immeasurable. And so, you know, when you're pioneering something, I think sometimes you want all the stars to be aligned and you want everything to be lined up and good to go, but sometimes you just got to move on faith.
Thank y'all so much.